Well, we're not trying a bunch of stuff on, so.
Yeah, we are. All this fun stuff, right?
Yeah, but, but like when we're at like one of those frenzies where we're trying on 20 different wigs. So
oh, yeah, we're not doing that.
We're not going to get as hot as what we normally do.
No, we're not. No, you're right. I'm so excited about today. So many excited things. So as people start to hop on.
I know.
I mean, it's going to be exciting. They just don't even know it. So, we'll see. It's Wednesday. It's summer. The kids are out.
Yep.
You know.
But I haven't, usually when the kids are out, the traffic gets better. The traffic has been horrendous.
Well, there's some schools that are not out yet. They're out like Wednesday and Thursday of this week. So today or tomorrow might be their last day. I know my nephew, he's one of them. I've got friends up in Prosper. They still have school. So,
hey, everybody. Hey, Donna. I saw your pictures on Facebook of the new place you guys are building out. It looks beautiful. Hello, Corrine. Hello, Marie, Dawn,
so
Maria.
Excited. Everybody's hopping on.
They're hopping on. They are.
Happy Wednesday.
That's right.
That's right. It's like the best day of the week, aside from Friday.
Well, my Friday's Saturday.
That's true, yeah. I don't know. I can't wait for Fridays
Sarah.
to roll around because Saturdays, even though they're super busy with dance stuff, it's like at least I don't have to look presentable. I can go in my yoga pants somewhere. So that's why I like Saturdays.
Look.
What?
It's Sarah's message.
Oh, hi. Hi. How are you?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
The Facebook
Mm-hmm.
thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I do.
I
See,
think
it's
we're
working.
on Facebook.
But, hey, if you're joining us and you don't, well, they're not going to see if we're in the private group. We're not in the private group. We're just on our regular Facebook page. So, yay! We are back on Facebook, just not in the VIP group. So, that's a win. I feel like, we're conquering small things here. I did it.
You did. You did.
Sometimes we do things.
I know.
Right
Marsha's like, did y'all? I'm like, oh, there's no y'all.
We did it today.
Keri did it.
We did it. I'm so excited. And I'm just excited for the day because we've got fun topics to talk about. And we want you guys to chime in a little bit if you've got some great tips. So I just think that we're going to have a great conversation today.
I think so, too. I'm excited.
I'm excited, too. So I'm excited that everybody's joining us.
Yes.
Well, hi, Debbie.
Yes. Hi, everybody.
So, I don't know. You want to kick this off?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm going to start out by saying these are our opinions.
Yes.
We don't mean to criticize anybody. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But some of y'all's wigs look fake. And we see things come through the store all the time. Mm-hmm. And you have to, it's like anything else. You have to be aware of what your wig looks like, just like you would be aware of if your shirt was dirty or if your shirt had a tear in it or something like that. You would not wear it.
You wouldn't wear it. And I think, too, some people that come in, and I had somebody just yesterday, they come in and they're asking these questions because they do want to know. They're a little bit confused as to why it looks a certain way when they originally got their wig and it didn't look fake. And so we decided, what better time than to talk about this right now, because we've had quite a few people coming in having issues, and we've been around the block a few times and we've seen it all. So we figured, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do today.
Some people genuinely don't know that their wig looks fake.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes all it takes is it getting washed really good and a brushing, and then it doesn't look fake anymore. And so we're just going to give you guys some tips and tricks today to how not to have your wig look fake, basically. Yep. So it's going to be a fun one, and we know that you guys have lots of tips too, and so we're hoping that you can join in the conversation. Debbie says, I've been guilty of helmet hair. It happens to everybody.
Yeah.
So, that's one of the topics we're going to talk about today. I'm so glad that Holly joined us too on Facebook. Holly. So let's get started.
Okay. So what do we want to talk about first?
Well, first, actually, we're going to talk about what we're wearing. Oh, because we haven't even done that.
I have on Lisa by Envy. It's a human hair synthetic blend. It is 70% heat-friendly fiber and 30% human hair.
Mm-hmm. And it's great. It feels great too.
Yeah.
I'm wearing Admirable, and it is a men's wig. I like it. It's comfortable. It's the 1222 SS, the medium ash brown. It does look different than the 1222 that they do for the women's line. I actually like this one better. Just going to say I do. So, anywho.
All right, Crystal's asking how sparkling champagne compares to Shaded Biscuit. Okay, sparkling champagne is pretty gold. It has a lot of warmth to it. It's a beautiful color. It's just a little warmer than what I like. So I convinced Keri to give this a bath in the gentian violet. And so it's appearing to be a lot cooler than what it's going to be if you ordered it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really is not comparable to Shaded Biscuit. Shaded Biscuit is lighter and cooler.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
All
right. What do you want to talk about first?
We're going to talk about human versus synthetic hair.
All right.
So let's put that slide up and let's talk about that. So one of the questions we get asked a lot about is, which one do you think's better? And I always tell people that's a trick question. And then they always say, well, you only sell synthetics, so you're always going to go with that. And I say, actually, I'm not. So if we're talking about what makes a wig look fake, when we're talking about lower quality human hair and lower quality synthetic hair, that usually plays a huge factor in it because it's going to be more dense. It just doesn't look natural, whether it's synthetic or human hair. You've got to go for quality on both. And think about density. That's like a really big thing here. And I know sometimes people are like, well, I spent $400 on this human hair wig. I hate to break it to you. That's not enough.
Right.
That's not enough. One, to make it look natural, but also trying them on. You can't just order something like a human hair wig on the internet and think this is going to look natural because it says human hair. And I think that that's the biggest, the most common mistake that people make when they come in here talking to us about it, right?
Right.
So, but you can make that same mistake with synthetic hair. So I'm going to tell you that right off the bat. It goes both ways, and cap construction is part of that as well. So, I mean, we're going to talk a little bit about the pros and cons for synthetic and human hair. I mean, human hair, they can last a long time, longer than synthetics.
Right.
If you get a quality one. It's just you are going to be definitely spending a lot more money. Think about thousands of dollars versus just a couple $100, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and what I'm just going to use the example Keri did about a $400 human hair wig. It may look really nice on day one, but I'm telling you, the first time you wash it, that hair, that level, they're not going to put the hair in the way it needs to be sewn together. They do it more haphazardly, and so when they do that, it's not going. I'm trying to dance around the cuticle thing.
Yeah, it's just there's different, like the cuticle, the fiber itself, it's just not high quality. And so the thing is that it is going to look like a bunched up mess. And you're going to be really disappointed that you even wasted the $400 on that human hair wig because it doesn't look natural. And sometimes, too, the way it's sewn in or even at the hairline, it's so heavy and disappointing. And so I know that's just, if you're looking into human hair and you want it to look natural, I'm going to tell you right now, book an appointment with somebody who does it. Doesn't matter if we don't do it. We want you all to be happy.
Right.
So if you want human hair, book an appointment and try this stuff on. That is critical. Do not order online for that.
And talk to the stylist about what can be done as far as if it's not really exactly your style. One of the pros about human hair is you can cut it into a different style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you want to color it, you can color it, you can cut it, you can curl it. The flip side of that is you have to, or flat iron or something, because it's going to act like your own hair whenever it's, a day like today in Dallas. It is so humid.
Oh my gosh, it feels so gross today. It's
I know.
like, why did I even leave my house?
And I have 3 human hair wigs. I don't ever wear them. I got them because I thought, well, we only do synthetic. I need to know what's about human hair.
Mm-hmm.
I get them done. Keri styled my human hair before, and it looks gorgeous in the morning, but by the afternoon, it looks just like my own hair, and it's all stringy. So you kind of have to style it every day.
You do. You definitely do. But I mean, I'm never going to discourage somebody that walks through the door here that wants human hair, I'm like, you know what? You're exploring. You're figuring out what's working best for you. So here you are learning about synthetic, and now you can go learn about human hair. Because there are some people flat out that have walked through the door and I'm like, you know what? Human hair is going to be a better option for you. Please go book an appointment and try something on, because of all the reasons. It is going to look more natural for them. They've got long hair. So you need to factor all of that stuff in. What works best for you, and that's really the key in all of this stuff that we're going to talk about today, is kind of what works best for you and being aware of that. So
Right.
All right, I think we should move on to products and care, because this is huge. So huge. It looks like Wendy's saying you can't color all human hair. Some are colored with cloth dye. John Renaud does that. I actually don't know what John Renaud does, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that right now. You might be right. But you are right in you cannot color all human hair. It actually does not take the same as hair on your head. Some is a better quality and you can actually color. And then there are some wigs that you order and they say they're human hair and they're only a couple $100. And they don't take dye. So don't get fooled into thinking that you're going to be able to change the color. So,
Okay, well, then I misspoke.
well, I don't know what all of them do. So I'm just saying, like, some you can color and some you can't.
But just know what you're buying.
Know
I
what
guess
you're
is the
buying.
point of
Yes.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to placement and style. So I know everybody's like placement. Everybody knows the forehead rule and all that stuff. So we can talk about that briefly if we want, right?
Well, this is what happens for a lot of people. They're scared their wig's going to come off. So they just want to wear it further down to make sure it doesn't come off.
And it looks like I'm really closed in. Look
Yeah.
at how small my forehead is now.
Right.
And it doesn't look natural.
Right, and it doesn't look like you. You need to wear it at your hairline.
We want to open up our face. We want to see. So that obviously is part of placement. But there's other factors into placement and style. I'm also even talking about parts and how we just style it overall. Some of y'all want to really style this flat and into a sculpture. That's what we were talking about earlier. And
Right.
I'm trying to say this so kindly, but it's just like smoothing it and doing all these things. And so I'm going to put on a wig, and so is Kim. We're going to talk about how some people sculpt their styles. And it's really important that you know that when you put on a wig, the way you brush it, it affects the style. And I think that that's what's really hard for some people to get into their head. I had a client yesterday. She had on a lovely wig, and she was like, I don't understand how come my wig doesn't look like this in a month or two. And it's because of the way she styles it. She actually takes the time to brush it flat on her head. And y'all are never going to guess what I'm wearing on my head, I don't think. But this is a perfect example of the stuff that we see that happens in the shop on a regular basis. Okay, so Kim is wearing
Sandy in creamy blonde.
and so am I.
And we see this a lot.
We see this all the time.
Sometimes it's hard to even recognize what the wig was originally
Yes.
because people have smashed it. And so this is a good example back here. So see how curly mine is? If you brush a synthetic wig to go straight, it will go straight over time. And it'll start to look like that. And you'll wonder, where did the curl go?
You will
you
literally
brushed it out.
train it. You brushed it out. We have customers that will do over-exaggerated parts that will just completely change the style. And then it doesn't look the way it did when you initially got it. Now look, kudos to them for turning it into something that they actually may love, right? But what I will tell you is hair is supposed to have movement. And so when you are flattening your wig to your head like this, and you're just like, hey, and I've now taken this style, it doesn't actually look natural when you can see every aspect of the wig. And we have so many clients that do that, and they come back in and they're like, what am I doing wrong? And so I do appreciate the fact that they ask that, because it is confusing sometimes.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just have to be aware about what it is that you are in fact doing. Products, if you put too many products in, that can change everything too, and I've got an example of that.
Right.
But we had another customer come in this week too. I don't know if any of y'all can guess what this is.
Oh, well, I'll put the real one on.
Put the real one on. Put it on. Because same thing, you know, they're like, what's going on? Why is it so flat? Well,
because you brushed it to be flat.
because you brushed it to be flat. It was a sparkle, y'all. And so sparkle's got this cute little flip. So if you want that stuff to stay up like that, the key is definitely just fluffing it up, not brushing it flat. Fingers are great, but that's going to bring me to my next topic. Y'all need tools. You got to have the brushes. You got to have the combs. You got to have all the stuff. It's not just shake and wear. I have so many clients say, all I do is shake it and put it on my head. And what does it look like?
It looks like you just shook it and put it on your
Well,
head.
I'm going to put it on. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is not anybody's wig, y'all. This is a wig that we created specifically for this. This wig has so much product in it, and it hasn't been brushed. And what happens is, it just starts to look kind of clumpy.
Yeah.
And everybody, they're like, you don't have to brush it. Yes, you do. You have to brush it. If you're in heat defiant, you use a comb. If you're in regular synthetic fiber, you are definitely going to use a brush, because once it's clumpy, it doesn't look natural. I don't walk around with clumpy hair.
You got to break up the fiber and keep it nice and light and airy. And
Ooh.
yeah, we people worry so much about, and that's a good example of someone that puts so much product in it because they don't want any hairs sticking out.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
And the thing is, real hair, everybody has flyaways with real hair.
Mm-hmm.
So when you don't, it just becomes a helmet.
It becomes a helmet, and my grandmother, she used to do the same thing, and I would joke with her, and I'm like, I could roll this thing across the floor if I wanted to. I mean, she would smooth it out and put product on it, and it was crispy and flat, and y'all, it's hair. We got to separate it,
It
okay?
moves.
We want it to move. And I just brushed the bangs out on this, and now look at this. Look what's happening. All this product is just flaking out. What happens if you use a brush on HD fiber? Okay, it's not ideal. You're not supposed to. You are supposed to use a comb if you're using it on the heat-friendly fibers.
Like a pick.
It is a pick.
Like this.
Yes.
This is the John Renault brand, but
Or you can use something like this. I will tell you, if it's too stuck together, use a brush occasionally. I have heat-friendly fiber wigs, and I do actually take a brush to mine. You're not supposed to, because they say it acts like a curling ribbon, like it's curling the fiber. But we are going to talk about that too in taking care of your wigs, you know. So in products and care, we've kind of already covered that a little bit.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. If you have a heat-friendly fiber wig, you're actually not taking care of it if you don't put heat on it. And that's a little bit confusing for some people because it is a synthetic fiber, but it's a heat-friendly fiber. And those wigs, they wear out quickly.
and they require maintenance. If you're not committed to doing the maintenance, do not buy a heat-friendly or a heat-defiant wig,
Please don't.
because you'll wear it out. You'll be very disappointed
Yes.
in how fast it wears.
In fact, we actually talk people out of it on a regular basis, and it's not because we don't love some of those styles. But if you are a first-time wig wearer, or if you actually don't want to maintain them with heat and the level of care that they need, plus you're going to be replacing those about, I would say, every 4 months if you're wearing them every day. Honestly, if I'm being really honest with you, about every 4 months. So I always like to lay that out there so everybody knows exactly what they're buying, because with regular synthetic fibers, if you take care of it nicely, this short style can last you 8 months to a year if you wear it every day, all day. It could last even longer, but this goes back to they all have to be replaced.
Yes. They don't last forever.
Nope.
And so some people come in and they're like, I've only had this 3 years. And it looks like a dead animal. And we're like,
Facts.
well,
Yes.
and then they'll say, I want the same thing. And so, you know, to use this example,
Right.
and then they're saying, it doesn't look the
It
same.
doesn't look the same.
Well, no, because this started out looking like this, but over time you've trained it to be kind of helmety and flat and whatnot.
Yes.
And so then it makes it hard when they try to get a new one because
Yes.
it doesn't look the same.
Exactly. Somebody wants to know the name of the wig that I'm wearing right now, and actually I've pulled it down pretty low because the bangs are butchered on this. But this is Cameron by
Yes,
Renee
sugar
Paris.
cane.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And this actually is a very cute wig. I'm going to tell you that. It's super cute. It's not super cute when you clump it all together with a whole bunch of products, but I'm not going to brush it out any more than I already did up front because it's like flaking product right now in this room. But it's just, look, here's the bottom line, all about replacing. And I tell people you have to think about this like when you did have hair and you would go to the salon, every 8 to 12 weeks or so, you would spend that amount of money. This is the same thing here. You don't have to go every 8 to 12 weeks. You do get a longer, lifespan for your investment, right? But you do have to still upkeep that, or it's going to look like you're wearing a dead animal on your head.
You got to know what you're buying. You need to buy from people that can help you with styling, or at least tell you this is what you can and can't do. Mm-hmm. But you've got to know yourself. And so if my mom used to always say, it's really easy to be brave in the wig shop. Mm-hmm. Well, if you know you're not a styling person, don't try to talk yourself into heat friendly because you think you're now going to become that person, even though your whole life you never have been that person.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to
happen.
You'll
be very disappointed with how it wears. Mm-hmm. So, know what you're getting, know, and this kind of goes to placement and style too. Know yourself so you know what colors and styles and things are closer. We'll always tell you what looks good.
Yeah.
But we don't know you, and so it's good to have someone with you that knows your personality. But you got to know yourself and what you will and will not do.
So that goes to our next slide, which is going to be style and color. This is critical, y'all. I am all about having fun. Everybody in here knows that. I will put on any color, any style, and I love it, right? But that doesn't mean it looks real, okay? And so for me, I'm all about let's find what looks best on me. So I'm not going to walk out the door wearing a wig that comes down to the middle of my back that's dark brown or black, because that's not who I am, and that's not who I've been my whole life. And so we always tell people when you come through the door, it's great to have, these fun ideas, because you're like, well, now I don't have any hair and I've always been blonde, but I think now I want to have red hair. Guys, everybody says stuff like this and it's great, but I'm like, but are you going to wear it? Are you going to feel comfortable in it?
Right. When you have to think about your life, and when you walk out the door, going to work and going to church and going to whatever social clubs you belong to, are you going to feel comfortable seeing friends that you see all the time in that hair? Be practical about it.
Be practical in your decision, because we don't want you wasting any money on something, right? And I think that it's all about get wigs that you are going to wear, and that if you pick ones that look good color-wise on you, they're going to look natural. And that's the thing. A black wig does not look natural on me. I just like to have fun and wear it around. But it doesn't look natural on me. It doesn't work with my coloring. So I always tell people, I'm like, let's figure out what looks natural on you and what's not overpowering. Because that's another thing. Some people come in here and they're like, well, I can have long hair now and I want it. And they are the most petite person I've ever seen. And they want a wig down to here. And if they want it, of course, you can get it. It's just, guess what? If somebody comes up to you and says, are you wearing a wig, and you're offended by it, just know it's because you chose something that's bigger than you.
And the example Keri used is really good. We have a lot of people that come in and say, I want to be a redhead. Not everybody can wear red. My skin tone won't tolerate red. I would love to have red hair because I think it's so pretty, but that's not me, and that's not something I will wear. In fact, we were going through some wigs this morning, and Keri's like, is this yours? I mean, it looks brand new. I'm like, yeah, I bought that wig, and I didn't like the length, and I know that I don't like that length on me, and I don't know why I got it.
Yeah. I love how Rosalie just said, I really like your advice at taking a pic of yourself. Yes, please. And also when you come in, bring pictures. When I'm at home, too, sometimes, this is going to sound really weird, I will take a selfie of myself before I walk out the door if I am questioning any of my choices to just see.
That's a good idea for everybody.
Because it's like, would I like if this was posted somewhere? You know what I mean? Because sometimes you can really just assess the situation and see what you think. I'm going to take this wig off now. I've had this on for so long.
Yeah.
But and I like some of the other tips that people have given. I rotate my older wigs to work out, hiking, golf, poolside activity wigs. Yes, y'all. Okay, when people are like, I want to swim in my wig, I had somebody call not not long ago asking about that, and I gave her, some advice on really it's not a great idea. But if you have an older wig and you want to wear poolside, do it. But then that way it's keeping your newer wigs looking nice longer. So, there's so many tips and tricks out there. And I think for us, the biggest thing is take care of your wig. Know when it's time to switch it out. So if you've had a wig that's a heat-friendly fiber, I think my biggest takeaway for y'all to walk out the door with is every 4 months think about replacing it, right?
Because we see heat-friendly fiber come in that is a frayed up mess, and there comes a point it can't be repaired.
Right. And when people are wearing wigs, this is one thing I know we haven't talked about. When it's short in the back and it's stiff, it's time to replace it.
Yeah. If you've ever seen someone bend their neck down and the wig just keeps...
And they want us to cut it in the back. And I'm like, that's not going to help. You got to get a new one. And I always think it's about, people think, I spent so much money on it. I'm like, yes, you did. But if it lasted 2 years, it's great.
Okay, let me just address something. Okay, so some lady asked about the Lady in Pink, and Beth's like, that's your new nickname. Okay, you could call me the Lady in Pink almost every day. Because I wear pink all the time.
She does. That's her signature color.
But the wig I had on was Sparkle, and that was in the shaded cappuccino color, which is the SS1222. Yeah. So anyway, Brenda, welcome to the site. She's new. So
yes, welcome.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm so excited that everybody joined us today to hear us just talk about, hey.
Just stuff.
Stuff.
Okay, here's the other thing. When we're talking about knowing ourselves and knowing what we are capable and not capable of, it's a good idea when you start thinking you want to trim bangs.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Yes.
So this came in, and the lady's like, can you fix it?
No.
It's like, what do you, I mean, I don't even think I had this back far enough.
You don't. No, can't fix it.
Yeah, I can't fix,
she cut it.
Keri's really good, and Marsha's wonderful. That cannot be fixed.
It cannot be fixed. And so here's the deal. You're investing a lot of money in your hair, in these wigs. And so take care of your investment. All right? Let's not do anything crazy. Let's not take scissors to it. Just don't. We're here to help you, okay? Right. I don't want you to butcher a wig. So those are our best tips. Brush your wig. Wash it on a regular basis, please. Don't just shake it. We're never going to just wash and shake and go. We're not doing that. We want it to look like hair. And one tip, Alicia said this, Wigging Out. If you guys don't follow her, she's a Wig Chick ambassador. She said this, that somebody gave her a tip a long time ago. Treat it like your own hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you like to comb your hair a certain way, if you like to part it a certain way, yeah, treat it like your own, except for heat.
Treat it like your own hair. So, thank you. The color that I'm wearing right now looks great. Thank you. This is the men's wig, though. This is the color in the men's line. It's the SS1222, right?
Yeah.
I've got that right. Okay. I love it. One of these days, Kyle's going to hook me up with the same situation in the women's line. But this is a men's wig. It's from the Him collection.
And it's called Daring.
Daring. I'm
Daring. Hi, New Zealand.
Yes. So, anyway, we got some exciting stuff to talk about when it comes to sales, you all. So I hope you've got your listening ears on. Because we're going to announce the sale, and then we've got something really exciting to talk about.
Yep.
Because we've never done this before.
Yep.
So.
All right. So, do you want to do that first?
Yeah, let's do the app sale. Right now, everything is 35% off. We just got some new stuff in, and that includes stuff that's on sale, and so that's already marked down. And all you need is the code MIMI's35, and that's through Monday at midnight.
Yes.
So, and then, I'm excited about this one too. We made it really easy. 35% off everything.
Same code for the app and for the website, the shopmimisdallas.com.
Okay, but this is the best part. And I'm going to let Kim tell it because I just want to spit it out. Do it.
You sure?
Yeah, you can do it. We've never done this before.
Okay. If you're watching, today is May 22nd. It is 12:28 Central Standard Time.
Yes.
So we're doing something special for the people that watch this video. Starting now, Everything today is going to be 40% off.
On
The code is Happy Hour 40. We are not publishing this. This is only if you watch this entire thing and get to here.
yeah,
So that'll go through midnight Central Standard Time
tonight. Yes.
tonight.
So happy hour 40. I'm just telling TikTok and Instagram because you guys don't have the slides, but 40% off until midnight tonight. And then after that, it just goes to 35% off. So if you're watching, it's happy hour. Yes, happy hour now.
That's your reward for watching today.
Yes.
Amy's asking, what is the wig you just put on? Okay, I don't know which one, but Keri has on Daring. It's by Raquel Welch in the Hymn Collection. And I have on Lisa by Envy in Sparkling Champagne. So that kind of gives you the rundown of what we're wearing.
Yeah. Both great wigs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mine's super comfortable though. If you have a larger head, this is great for you. If you have a smaller head, do not order from the men's collection, just because it'll be too big for you, basically.
All right, someone's asking what the name of the wig with the bang malfunction. That is a Sky and Chocolate Frost R. That is a Mimi's exclusive. They don't make Sky and Chocolate Frost R, so we haven't made for us.
Okay, Rosalie, the code is happy hour 40. You've got that right, but just like all together, squished
Yeah, no
together.
spaces.
No spaces. But happy hour 40 until
We'll go back.
midnight.
So right here is where we're showing you.
Yes.
All right, well, that was fun.
That was fun. And if you have any questions or tips or tricks, like make sure you put it in the comments. And sometimes, we do go back through and we'll answer them. So
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week, same time, same place.